Happy day, water signs. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 4th through June 10th. I hope that this week that has passed went well for you. I hope that you received everything that you needed to receive. I hope that you were able to integrate everything that you were needing to integrate, everything that came up during last week's reading. And if you were not able to immerse yourself fully into the work, know that that's okay, right? We're here to be patient with ourselves. We're here to be kind and compassionate and courteous towards ourselves. And water signs, that's what I'm feeling like you need to do a little bit more of. You need to be a little bit kinder to yourself. You need to be a little bit more gentle with yourself, okay, water signs? That's what's coming through. And that could be what you're being called into this week, is to really begin to practice being kind to yourself, okay? Mentally and emotionally, being more kind to yourself. How are you speaking to yourself, okay? What is that internal dialogue like? That's what I'm hearing. And so let's get into it. Let's see. Emotional withdrawal is the oracle card. Okay, emotional withdrawal. So Spirit is inviting you this week, water signs, into a space of, obviously into a space of solitude. Okay, emotional withdrawal. Spirit is calling you into solitude. Spirit is saying, can you allow the movement and the motion that you've been involved in lately, can you allow yourself to push the pause button for just a little bit? Okay, so that you can tune in, and hear and see and identify the ways that you are mentally and emotionally working against yourself, right? Because I'm feeling super heavy energy right in this space right here. Okay, right in this energetic space right here, I'm feeling super heavy energy, and Spirit is saying avoiding is not going to clear that out for you. Avoiding is not going to clear that out for you. Tuning into yourself, nurturing yourself, tending to yourself is how that's going to pass through. Okay, and so Spirit is inviting you into solitude so that you can really tend to your needs, your mental and emotional needs, okay? You're really being invited to move through the emotional and mental narratives that you perceive to be keeping you trapped in whatever space you're in that you no longer want to be in, okay, on a mental and emotional level. And so can you give yourself permission to do that? Can you give yourself permission to say no to what it is that you need to say no to so that you can say yes to yourself? The Emperor. Okay, the Emperor is your first card. Okay, and so Spirit is inviting you to really tap into that masculine energy that you possess, okay? Spirit is inviting you to really tap into that masculine energy, to really give yourself permission, water signs, to nurture yourself through that energy, okay? To really connect with, okay, so we're gonna go here, water signs. If you had an absent father, or if you had a father in the home, but was just mentally and emotionally not present, okay? This could very much be, that could have very much have been your reality. And so what Spirit is saying through the Emperor is that you need to identify, not based on what you see in the world or based on other people's lives, or, you look at someone else's family dynamic and you say, I wish my dad would have been present in that way, or no. Spirit is asking you to go within, to feel into, okay, to feel into how this masculine energy that you carry within you wants to nurture you, wants to assist you, okay, in the process of nurturing yourself, because you do a really great job at tearing yourself down, water signs. And the Emperor is not speaking to you building anything in the external world, because even if you put yourself in a space of building things in the external world, you still struggle with tearing yourself down internally. And so the Emperor is really speaking to this idea that you need to get firm with yourself, okay? You need to get firm with yourself, water signs, and you really need to begin to build yourself up. Okay, it's like you need to look at yourself in the mirror, and you need to, that like look that parents will get at times when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or when you're doing something that they've asked you to stop doing. Yeah, that's the look. Spirit is saying you need to go within, you need to connect with that, the energy behind that look, and you really need to get firm with yourself, okay? Yeah. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. So with the Seven of Wands, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is this idea of you stepping up. Okay, so we have this continuing with this masculine energy. Okay, and the words that are coming through with the Seven of Wands is stepping up, stepping up. Okay, stepping up. Because you still have this tendency, water signs. What I'm feeling is that you still have this tendency to emotionally, mentally, to want to be rescued. Okay, so the Seven of Wands is really speaking to you stepping up on your behalf. Okay, if there are some emotional, mental battles going on, Spirit is saying it's time for you to step up on your behalf, which is why that emotional withdrawal card came through. Okay, which is why the message of spend some time in solitude this week is heavy for you, because you need to identify, okay, first of all, you need to identify the ways that you are standing against yourself, so that you can identify the ways in which you need to stand up for yourself, water signs, okay? And that's what this energy is giving right here. This energy is speaking to things will transform as you begin to stand up for yourself, as you begin to stand up within yourself, okay? Things will begin to transform, and you standing up for yourself, you standing up within yourself, is you loving yourself, okay? So if you want to love yourself deeper, because the number 7 also speaks to us transforming our lives through loving ourselves deeper. And so the Seven of Wands is like, yeah, that's very possible, but you have to stand up within yourself first, okay? And you have to stand up on behalf of yourself in order to really experience this transformation that you desire to experience. And then we have the Page of Coins. Okay, the Page of Coins. So there's this okay, if you feel emotionally and mentally immature, because I feel like that's a little bit of the energy too, is that there's this like emotional immaturity. Okay, you just aren't it's like you're not giving yourself permission to really push past where you are emotionally, because you still want some kind of validation. You still want you still want to hear that it's not your fault. Okay, so I'm saying to you right now, water signs, what you may have experienced in the past, whether it was rejection, abandonment, or whether someone really just didn't support you well emotionally and mentally, that wasn't your fault. Okay, that wasn't your fault. But there's always a but, okay? The but is that Your emotional well-being and mental well-being is your responsibility. Okay? And part of the word bully is coming through, and it's like you're bullying yourself. Okay? It's almost like you're allowing the version of your inner child that felt as if they didn't have the emotional or mental support, or who didn't receive the emotional and mental support that they should have received as a child. It's like that inner child version of yourself, it feels like that version of yourself is bullying you in a way, or you're allowing yourself to be bullied by the narratives that inner child version of yourself is holding on to. And so this is why emotional withdrawal is so important, because again, standing up within yourself, standing up to yourself, okay? And a part of that is looking at that inner child, okay? That masculine father figure energy, and then connecting with that version of your inner child and saying, you know what, let me just hold you. Let me just hold you. Tell me what it is that you need. What didn't they give you whenever you were younger? What didn't you receive whenever you were younger? I have the ability to give it to you now, right? So it's making that inner, because here we have the Page of Coins, right? So it's going within and talking to that inner child version of yourself, and speaking to that inner child version of yourself in a way that will make you feel more secure. You're speaking to that version of yourself, right, in a way that will make her feel more secure, and you, who you are today in the now, is receiving the benefit. Okay? So it's saying to yourself, I have what it is that you need. You don't have to worry about not receiving what it is that you need anymore, because I have what it is, and I'm willing to give you what it is that you need. I'm willing to support you. You feel sad, I'm willing to hug you. You feel confused, I'm willing to hold you. You know, it's really speaking to yourself in that way. Okay? And again, the page really speaking to, if you are going to mature emotionally and mentally, it's going to be because you're finally standing up within yourself and receiving the emotional and mental support that you didn't receive as a child. You're receiving it from yourself. Nothing in the external world is going to give that to you. Okay? Nothing is going to push it out of your view. What's going to clear it out is you paying attention to yourself. Okay? So that's what you're that's what you're being asked to do this week. That's why the emotional withdrawal card came up, water signs, is because you're really being asked to pay attention to yourself. Because when you were younger, somebody neglected to really pay attention to you in the way that you needed. And now the responsibility is in your hands. Okay? It doesn't matter how angry or frustrated or sad you feel about the past, because it's the past. And the more that you are angry about it, or frustrated about it, or sad about it, the more you tend to neglect yourself, because your energy is so focused on, but I didn't receive this. But the process of maturing emotionally and mentally that's your responsibility. Okay? And I don't want to say that it doesn't matter, because your feelings are valid. But here's the thing. Your inner child, your child self experienced those feelings. Your child self went through those feelings. Okay? Your job is to recognize that your child self felt those things, and that because you didn't have the tools necessary, or the tools that you needed at a younger age to process those feelings, Your job now is not to harbor the feelings, hold on to the feelings. Your job is to process through them, to work through them, so that you can let go of them, so that you can stop over identifying with them, so that they can no longer, so that they're no longer living in your body. That's your responsibility. Okay, so let's see, Scorpio, what your clarifying card is. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is your clarifying card. Okay, and so Scorpio, I'm really hearing for you that it's time for you to do things that nurture your joy and your charisma, okay? Because it feels like, Scorpio, okay, so I'm seeing the word acting, Scorpio. I'm seeing the word acting, okay? Are you acting? Are you pretending? Is that a pattern of yours, okay, where you'll put yourself in this space of pretending because you're avoiding? And so Spirit is saying the more that you live in that pattern of pretending, the more that you will push yourself, the further you'll push yourself away from your joy and your charisma, okay? So Spirit is inviting you to nurture yourself, okay? Because it's like when you are alone, Scorpio, I just felt this like energy. Just when you are alone, it's like you can't be alone, Scorpio. There's this energy of like you struggle with really being alone, right? Because of the emotional and mental overwhelm. But Spirit wants you to find joy. Spirit wants you to be present with yourself, to spend some time alone with yourself, and to find or to connect with the joy of just you being with you. Does that? Because Scorpio, I'm really feeling like you have a tendency to run away from yourself. And you wonder, okay, I'm feeling this joy. I'm out here, I'm doing my thing, I'm connected, and I'm feeling joy, but then I'm by myself and the joy kind of disappears. That's because you're not allowing yourself to cultivate it within, and you're relying on outside sources to feed that, and it's not lasting, okay? But if you can give yourself permission to be present with yourself, to find the joy within your own existence, I think you'll begin to see some things transform from the inside out. Pisces, your clarifying card is the Temperance card. The Temperance card. Pisces, patience, 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 slowing down, being patient with yourself, okay? I think it feels like, Pisces, for you, that may be something that was missing whenever you were, it's like maybe the people in your life weren't really patient with you, okay? And so a part of the message for you with the Temperance card is to slow down, to be patient with yourself, to know that you don't have to have it all figured out right here, right now. And that's on a mental level, okay? Because the other part of that is to trust that you'll come into alignment with what's in alignment with you, with what's for you. You don't have to force You don't have to figure it out. Yeah, sometimes life shakes things get shaken up, and we're like, okay, what's going on? But Spirit is asking you to be patient, to have faith, to trust that what's in alignment with you, that what is for you is flowing into your space. So be patient with yourself, be patient with your process. Also, Pisces, be patient with the people around you. Be patient with the people around you. Okay? They may not get it, they may not understand. That's fine. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get hung up on that. Pay attention to you. Okay? This is why the emotional withdrawal and the solitude is so important. Pay attention to you. Give yourself the time and space that you need so that you can unfold. Okay? So that things can unfold on your behalf, so that you can live within the most authentic light. Okay? Cancer, your clarifying card is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Cancer, if you want to experience relationships that are rooted in abundance, that are rooted in an abundance of love and joy and peace and harmony, then you have to, the thing for you, Cancer, is not that you aren't facing the shadows. You're allowing the shadows to control you, Cancer. Okay, you're allowing the shadows to control you. And so, again, there's a lot of masculine energy here. And so the message of really standing up to yourself, okay, because here's the thing. For you, Cancer, you really struggle with the idea that the battle is against someone else. You really struggle with that. But Spirit really wants you to see that the battle is you again. It's you're on one side and then you're on the other side. The battle that you're in has nobody, there is no other, there's no opposite. You are your opposition, okay? Spirit really wants you to see that. And it's because you allow the shadows to control you. Rather than leaning into forgiveness and grace and compassion and surrender and ultimately just letting go of the past and looking at it and saying, like, that was my past. It sucks, but that was it. It sucks that that was my experience, but that was it. How can I see myself differently now? What new perspectives can I live with now? Okay? Spirit wants you to just really stand up within yourself and tell the shadows that they can't be in control anymore. Okay? Cancer, that's what I'm really hearing. Okay? And for you, yeah, it's this masculine energy. It's you really digging into your masculine self and not asking your masculine self to stand up against anybody outside of you, but to utilize your masculine energy to stand up to yourself, to have your back. Okay? Water signs. This is your weekly reading for the week of June 4th through June 10th. I love you all so much. I'm sending you all a lot of love. Again, like really feeling this energy here. Okay? And so give yourself permission to be still. Give yourself permission to seek solitude, to allow solitude, because something that I say is that breakthrough is synonymous with solitude. So if you want to break through, spend some time with yourself. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I want to invite you to do that. Again, thank you so much for your support. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.